For this episode of Pepper's Unplugged, I'm going to take you on a little trip. It's not too little a trip. Actually, I travel a lot, and this was a pretty tough trip even for me. Over 8.5 days, I visited 4 different continents where I had engagements. So I've reduced it to an 8.5-minute video. It started on a Wednesday night when I boarded a flight overnight to Sao Paulo, Brazil. When I got in the morning, I rushed to a hotel, I took a shower and made a quick change, and then went out to meet about 50 top executives from Banco Real. Afterward, we did a little bit of socializing, and that's where we'll pick up this trip.
Sorry? Are you liking this machine? I love this machine. And there's Fernando. Hello, Fernando.
Well done.
And this is
Your
the
new gadget.
Banco Real.
Banco Real is in the process of being acquired by ABN AMRO Bank, the big Dutch company. But Banco Real's reputation for customer service is so strong in Sao Paulo that the CEO of the new combined bank is going to be from Banco Real. Next stop was the CIAB trade show, where I was to give a late-day keynote address on the role that corporate culture plays in improving customer service at the retail level.
One-to-one definiu o termo marketing one-to-one e as bases de competição através de interatividade e da personalização. Dom é fundador de Peppers & Rogers Group.
The man you just saw introducing me is James Meany, an Irish-American who's lived and worked in Brazil for the last 8 years. He's the CEO of Contacts, a unique call center outsourcing company based in Brazil with 64,000 employees. Now, Contacts has a very interesting business model because unlike most call center outsourcing companies, rather than charge their clients by the number of phone calls handled, they charge their clients a flat fee based on the number of customers in the client's customer base. So Contacts always has an incentive to reduce the number of phone calls that come in, largely by handling them right the first time and by making sure that they really solve customer complaints on one call and not passing calls around. But in addition, James told me that if a client has a particular service or quality problem that's causing a lot of incoming calls, then part of his job is to get on the phone and scream bloody murder at the client. If, on the other hand, you add CRM technologies to improve your service of customers, to remember customers when they come back, not having to tell you the same thing over and over again, and to be able to tell them where their balances are at any point in time and serve them better to add value to your customers' lives. If that's the reason you add CRM technologies to your bank, then I predict you will also sell more stuff. After the speech at CIAB, I went back to the airport in Sao Paulo. It's still Thursday, and got on my flight to my next destination, which was the Maldives, the small island chain off the coast of India. To get there required several flights, actually. The first was an overnight flight to London, and there I had a long connection until I took another overnight flight to Doha in Qatar. And in Doha, I met up with 2 colleagues of mine from Diamond Quest, a consulting firm based in Spain. We were collaborating to respond to a request by Villa Hotels Group to help them launch a particularly interesting and new, very upscale resort. So we arrived there Saturday afternoon, and they put us up in one of their existing resort properties, Paradise Island, and then the next day we took a tour of 2 of their other properties, resorts, along with some of their other industrial properties, including a cement storage plant, an oil and gas trading area, an airport under construction, even a new television station.
It's not bad duty if you can get it.
The balance 66% is salt water, that we send back to the sea.
How many tons a day?
800 tons we can produce per day, every 24 hours.
So on Monday morning, bright and early, my colleagues and I had to leave the beautiful island country of the Maldives, and we headed back on the first flight out. It went to Qatar, where they made their connections back to Madrid, and I went on to my next engagement, which was going to be on Tuesday in Prague, Czech Republic. I had yet another engagement with the senior management at a bank and doing a workshop in the afternoon and talking to them about how to create better customer loyalty. This time the bank was CSOB, based in Prague, and they had managers coming from a variety of countries in Western and Eastern Europe that were affiliated with that bank.
We're going to start our workshop at CSOB. I met Andres from Hungary, Lucas from Poland. Yes, great.
So, I welcome you.
Hi, I'm Don Peppers.
My name is Gabriela Regazzo. I am assistant of
Oh, Gabriela, good
Jarosz.
to meet you. And this is Mark Sage. Yes.
I made you an offer for a credit line because you didn't have enough euros in your account, but I don't make it to him because he took his euros out and he didn't need a credit line. Or he already had a credit line, or whatever. Those are CRM-based programs, and that's what I want to get to. Following this Tuesday afternoon workshop, I spent one more night at the Prague Airport Hotel and left very early the next morning, Wednesday morning, in order to get to Halifax, Canada, in time for my next engagement, which was going to be on Thursday, with the Canada Post.
So, on to Halifax, Canada, where the weather isn't nearly as good as it was in Prague, or the Maldives for that matter. But the taxi driver told me that the seafood in Halifax is the best in the world. Then he handed me a survey, wanted to know what I thought about the TV screen. It was in the seat rest in front of me, playing interesting facts about Halifax. The first interesting fact I saw was that Halifax has more bars per capita than any other Canadian city. I don't think that's what the city fathers had in mind for their televisions in backs of taxis.
Tesco sends out a quarterly mailing to those 13 million members in 13 million different versions. Every customer gets a different mailing with a different set of coupons that are linked to that particular customer's shopping records, his habits, her needs. The response rate is usually 25 to 30%. That's quarter in, quarter out, a very, very heavy response rate. 10 times or 50 times the response rate that many direct marketers would be satisfied with. Following this talk in Halifax, and before I ran to the airport to get my final flight home to Georgia, I signed books for some of the attendees. Sherry Smith, Xerox Canada. Good to see you. And that's spelled correctly? E-R-R-Y? You know what's interesting to me is that even though a lot of people think that CRM and one-to-one marketing are brand new disciplines that have somehow arrived on the scene with the World Wide Web and interacting with customers, the simple truth is that thinking of customers in terms of their lifetime values, their LTV, that's a bedrock principle of direct marketing, and direct marketing was around long before the web ever existed. And yet today, it's sometimes still an uphill struggle to teach clients how to think about customers in terms of their LTV. Hi, Stuart. How are you?
Good to meet you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Russell House Marketing. What is that?
We're database marketing. Yeah, direct marketing.
Right.
That's our key. Full service.
Right.
We really.
Is that spelled correctly? I-N-G-L-I-S?
It is correct.
Huh.
That's great. We, all the LTV, all that stuff. That's what we sort of try.
Sure.
And
That's what you teach your clients, right?
We try.
Yeah.